My exes die after we break up. My first girlfriend, Crystal, died at 16, right after I broke up with her. For a long time I thought it was just a coincidence. I felt differently when my next girlfriend, Nicole, died right after we broke up a few years later. They both died in odd circumstances. Crystal crashed her car flat sober on a straight road by herself. Nicole drowned in the bathtub after falling asleep. Both were labeled as accidents. I was never questioned by police, but plenty of people around town talked, wondered if I was cursed. I wondered the same. Then I moved away. The military took me all the way across the country and I was happy. I fell in love with a girl named Katie. Everything was good, until I went to a cousin's wedding out of town by myself. The drinks flowed. Too many. I lost control. I got in deep with a girl there I thought was too hot to not keep talking to and keep drinking with. We ended up back at my hotel room. I was too drunk to stop. We had sex and she stayed the night with me. I woke up with an instant sinking feeling of regret. I also woke up alone, but the girl whose name I couldn't even remember was in the bathroom. She was crying. I listened to her weep uncontrollably for a few moments, unsure of what to do. Then I heard glass breaking and I rushed into the bathroom. The girl from the night before was in there with a shard of broken mirror in her grasp. I begged her not to hurt herself. She screamed back at me that she loved her boyfriend and she couldn't believe what she had done and she wanted to die. Then she inexplicably started saying a name I hadn't heard in years, Holive. Hearing that name reached into the darkest recesses of my brain. Holive was a dirt poor girl in my 5th grade class. Homely. She was teased and someone who received no interest as someone anyone wanted to date. Instead she was mocked. We went too far. Someone dared me to ask out Holive and pretend to be her boyfriend for a week. I agreed to do it, trying to impress my peers. Holive seemed to have no idea the thing was a farce. She held my hand on the schoolyard and didn't seem to see the other kids snickering all the while. The worst part is I could feel she was sweet and genuine during our time together. She was a nice person. I had to get out of it. I had my friend break up with her a few days into the spoof relationship. Holive was crushed. I felt horrible. She never made eye contact with me again. One day after recess, I came back to my desk and found a piece of paper with burnt ends and found an endless abyss of vulgar and dark words scrawled all over it in black ink and pentagrams. I tried to decipher what it specifically all meant but couldn't, it just said awful things. Embarrassed and guilty, I never told anyone about it or confronted Holive about it. Holive moved away at the end of that school year. One of the girls in the class said she lived near her and thought her parents were deep into the occult, witches, spells, all that kind of stuff. I figured it was bullshit. It wasn't until I heard the woman in the bathroom screaming out her name that all those scrawled words of hate and love and darkness on that burnt paper Holive left on my desk came back into my head. That dark little girl must have cursed me and any lover that left me. Holive. The word spat out of my one-night stand in the bathroom and snatched me out of my memory dive. Then the woman took that shard of glass and ferociously sliced both of her wrists before I could even try to do anything.